How's it going, everybody? This is Gilly Sniper 300 with the Outdoor Sports Club, and I wanted to make a video as quick as I could about National Second Amendment Day, which is tomorrow, January 22nd. I really appreciate all of the work that went into putting up our videos last week about the work done by, I believe it's, I always forget to look these things up right before I come out or to write them down, but it's like Lumberman and Firearm Patriot and everybody else who put in the good work to put up videos about supporting a National Second Amendment Day and calling for people to do the very important work of contacting your senators, representatives. I would also, again, beseech everyone, as it were, to stay politically involved. I know it's difficult. For me, it's very difficult because I don't have a lot of time to do that. Let me put that a different way. I don't make a lot of time to do that. And it gets quite frustrating. I want people to be encouraged and keep fighting for things like the Second Amendment. No extra limitations, I should say, on firearms. Enforcing good laws that we have now, not coming up with ridiculous laws that either can't be enforced or infringe upon the rights of law-abiding citizens and things like that. So anyway, I want to encourage everyone and let everybody know that I think there is hope out there, and I've noticed a lot of good people with a lot of good informed arguments against what's going on right now. So anyway, thanks for all the work and keep it up. So tomorrow is National Second Amendment Day, or what we're hoping will be National Second Amendment Day. And we'd all like to celebrate. This video probably won't make it up till tomorrow late, if then. So fly the Gadsden flag if you can, if you have it. Continue contacting your politicians. Excuse me. And keep up the good work. There's a lot of misinformation out there. If you are a liberal or even a conservative or a middle-of-the-road person who is thinking that some extra gun legislation right now would be good, I implore you to go and get a little bit informed about how these things function, what their uses are, what they're for. Look into things like 3-gun competitions, 2-gun competitions, plinking, shooting, target shooting, hunting, all those kinds of things. Learn a little bit about the sport, and then come back and try to make an informed decision about whether you're for it or against it. A couple of things I'd like to address that I've run into from, I'm assuming liberals, but people who are kind of in favor of legislation. Well, first I'd like to point out, and a lot of people already have, that this is not an assault rifle. Right here is a selector switch. Now this is actually just a safety. It won't go on safe because it's not charged right now. It's just the way it operates. But as you can see, safe fire. That's all it is. It's a semi-automatic. That means with each pull of my trigger finger, one bullet goes out the muzzle. If I hold that trigger back, nothing else happens. If I hold the trigger back, it doesn't fire again. It's just the way it's made. It's a semi-automatic rifle. Carbine, if you will. Whatever. This is not an assault weapon. It has 15 rounds. I've shown it before. I can get 17 round mags for it. Those are standard capacity mags. This is a semi-automatic handgun. It is not an assault weapon. A lot of people on the left want to make you believe that that is an assault weapon because of mag capacity. Quite literally, it just happens to hold that many rounds comfortably in the frame. I consider it to be a mid-framed gun. It's a little bit big for a mid-framed or a compact gun, but I consider it to be a mid-framed handgun. It comfortably holds 15 rounds in the magazine. I've said it before, that's not an assault weapon. This is not an assault rifle, okay? It would have to be select fire, some form of automatic fire for it to be an assault weapon. There's plenty of good videos out there that describe that. Loopholes is another term that I think is being misrepresented. I've even seen it on our local news here in Oklahoma. They've been talking about gun show and online loopholes, which personally I don't think they exist. I've never bought a gun at a gun show, but I've heard that they register them at gun shows. I have bought guns online, and I promise you, they are registered in my name. I bought them online. They had to go through an FFL. I had to pay extra money to have them transferred into my name. That's the only legal way. That's the only way I can get them. I can't get guns online and have them shipped to my house. You just can't do it. We also have pinheads like Bill O'Reilly out there saying things, and I didn't watch the show. I just read some news articles about it and heard him talking about it. But apparently he said something along the lines of, you can get rocket launchers and machine guns with no background checks at gun shows. It's absolute ridiculousness. It's wrong. It's a lie. And he supposedly pretends to be on the side of the conservatives most of the time. And yet he's going to make uninformed statements like that. What do I need this for? It's not good for sporting uses. It's not good for target shooting. It's not good for hunting. That's what they'll tell you. The simple fact is, I used to hate these. I didn't hate them per se. I just hated the .223 round. I hated that. That's what I hated about it. It's kind of weak. But it just so happens that it's a pretty good, low recoil, lightweight round that shoots pretty flat and is pretty accurate. So I go to the gun range a few times and I see the benefit of these. I'm shooting my friends' ARs. They're pretty cool. And then what sold me on them is the fact that you can take this out right here, and I don't have the other one with me, but you can put a .22 long rifle bolt in there, and it is more accurate than any .22 I've ever fired. More accurate, more reliable. Ruger 1022s are pretty reliable, but you basically swap that bolt out and swap the mag out with a .22 mag, and you've got yourself a .22 long rifle plinking gun. It's cool. They're also pretty accurate, pretty fun to shoot. They are valid hunting rounds. They're valid sporting guns. The 30 round mag is valid. As I've said in another video, I like to load those up. Take them camping, take them out to the gun range. I don't have to reload a single mag. Okay? I'm not going to kill people. Millions and millions of Americans who own ARs or regular, everyday handguns are not trying to harm anyone. They don't want to. They don't even want to if someone breaks into their house. But the simple fact is they want the option of shooting for fun, shooting for food, shooting for self-defense. And I honestly, I do get frustrated because I don't understand why so many who are not involved with these sports or these hobbies, who know very little about these, and seems like they know very little about the rights of law-abiding citizens to decide what they will and won't do. I get kind of frustrated when people want to limit what I can and can't do. What I can and can't defend my family with. Now, can I defend my family with this? Sure. I defend myself when I'm out and about with a pistol because that's what I can carry. I defend my home with pistols. I've never had to, and I hope I never do. But this makes a valid self-defense gun. It really does. And I would prefer to use this as a self-defense gun over my pistols because I'm better with this. I'm quicker with this. It just makes a better platform for me to defend my family with. Now, is that something I really think I have to do? No. But I like to go have fun with it. My son shot it. He's 7. It's not a wicked, crazy, psychopathic killer gun. It's just a good gun. The fact that it looks like something that was that's used by the military is kind of inconsequential. The fact is, it works. Some people want to be tactical with them, and that's why they get them. I have to admit that some of that is what drew me to them a little bit, but for the most part, it just works. I've got a vest that I carry stuff around in. It's a military style vest. It just works. I don't have it so that I can be a weekend warrior, army guy wannabe. I have it because it works. You know, people can make fun of me if they want. People can say I don't need it. But it's handy, okay? Just like this works. It's handy. It's versatile. It's fun to play with. Same thing with 30-round mags. You don't need a 30-round mag, do you? Number one, you can't tell me what I need and don't need. Look around America and see all the things that we have that we don't need. You know? Don't even get me started on that. What we need and don't need. That's crazy. You can't tell me what I need and don't need. Now, there are certain things within universal moral code, if you will, that we can tell people they can and can't do. For instance, I cannot go kill somebody with this, or this, or that, or my bare hands. I can't do that. I can't assault people with those tools. I can't kill people with those tools. It's illegal. That's kind of cut and dry, sort of black and white. What I'm getting at is, number one, it's wrong to try to limit people who have not done anything wrong, who have followed the law and have been good, upstanding citizens, and you're going to punish them for things that other people have done that were already illegal. Those things were already illegal. It's a tragedy. It always will be a tragedy. It always has been a tragedy. But school shootings have been going on since before America was a country. And, you know, it doesn't matter what you do. People will always find a way to harm other people. It's a human problem. It's a problem with evil, with bad people doing bad things. And finally, banning things like this or limiting things like this simply will not work. They haven't worked before. They won't work again. And I understand that you could find data from other countries that says gun violence has gone down as guns have gone down. And I would say that that's probably true. Violence, typically, from what I've seen, goes up when the presence of guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens goes down. And there are way too many variables for us to sort all that out on paper definitively. You could say that gun violence goes down because guns are gone. You could say that gun violence goes down because suddenly this guy doesn't have to have a gun to go make you do what it is that he wants you to do. Or she. They can have a knife. They can have a bat. They can have, you know, a syringe full of blood that has HIV, the HIV virus in it. That's a news story I actually saw out of Australia one time. So, I want to leave you guys with a couple of blogs that I found. I don't read too many blogs, but this one I found by both of them I found by accident. And one is The Cornered Cat, pretty cool blog that I found, and she got some stuff from this other one. I can't remember. I'll post some links and stuff. But okay, I weigh about 210, not in the best shape of my life, but not in that bad a shape either. And the only way I can make you do something that I want you to do that you don't want to do is I can either persuade you or I can force you. Those are the only two ways I can make you do something. And it talks about how with the firearm, typically something like this or smaller, with the firearm, if an innocent person has one of these on them and knows how to use it, there's very little I can do to force them to do what I want them to do. I have to persuade them. Now, you could say, well, you might have a gun too. Okay, at that point, whoever's fastest and whoever's best with their firearm wins. But it's a deterrent. If I'm up to no good, the hard targets are the ones I'm going to avoid and the soft targets are the ones I'm going to attack. That's just simple logic. Okay, so if I want to make you do something and I don't want to persuade you to do it, and you have one of these, I'm moving on to the next target more than likely. It at least gives you the option to defend yourself. Your strength, your sexual preference, your gender, your age has nothing to do with the effectiveness of this against a predator. If I have a baseball bat and you have mace or something like that, you're going to have a hard time taking care of the predator. If you have no weapons, you're going to have a hard time taking care of the predator. If I have a crowbar, a little old lady, and I'm not trying to stereotype, but let's say you've got a small, effeminate man, and you have a big, husky guy coming in that wants to rob them, rape them, kill them, whatever. That person doesn't have the option of being persuaded at that point. They are going to be forced to do whatever it is that the other person wants them to do. That's that. Check those blogs out if you would. I'll put them up. And support the Second Amendment. And I appreciate everyone watching and the support that we've gotten. And let's just hope and pray that this stuff goes the right direction. And it's not, to me, it's not about me keeping this gun or being able to buy more, or my son being able to buy some when he gets older. That's important to me, but what's most important to me right now is that we don't cost more lives by making rash decisions based on emotional responses by people who don't understand what they're dealing with. And that appears to be what we're doing. And I believe it'll cost more lives. I don't believe things will get safer for me or anyone else. I think gun-free zones are part of the problem, and there's some mental health issues, like I've said before, and anyway, that's enough of that. These aren't the problem. These aren't the problem. This little gadget isn't the problem. That's not the problem. This isn't the problem. The shoulder thing that goes up isn't the problem. The problem is evil. It's a human problem. And this legislation that's being proposed isn't going to fix it. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out.